Hey guys, I am traveling to the. I'm on 7th Street and Van Buren in Phoenix. I'm going towards Buckeye, and I hope I can do live video. Basically, this voice access device um, allows me to access everything on the screen with numbers. So I don't know if can share my screen, but basically I press this. Uh, I scroll down on the top of any Android device and press voice access touch to start. By the way, I'm listening to All I Ever Wanted by Bass Hunter. There, I gave it credit, and hopefully that is legit. You know what? I'm not gonna even play around with that, you know, stuff. So, anyways, the licensing and stuff. So, anyways, press touch to start voice access. It's a free app by Google. I believe you need a newer version of Android. Here we go. Okay, and now it is listening to me on the very top left of the corner. Has these little access icons, and it wants to listen to me. But I'm doing a live video right now. But basically, on every little icon on your screen, there comes up these numbers, and you can have the numbers be squares around each icon, or and then a number insignia on the left or top left of each square, around each icon, or any pushable button on your screen, or a link. Actually, it's a link to a different part of the Android. That's how they work. But anyways, yeah, it's really cool. So if it was open, I would say something like push number 3, or 3. I would just say 3, and it would push number 3. And I guess the official term is tap 3. So, or tap 2, or tap 23, or tap 5, or whatever you see on the screen. The numbers will continue to change, and then you could, choose different things based on which screen you're on. So, but the typical home screen button, for me, is 3. So, I always say tap 3, or touch number 3, or just the word 3, or number 3. So yeah, that's how to do that. It's pretty cool. I like it. So you got to enable a lot of permissions for it to do that. It's got to hear your voice. It's got to record your voice. It's got to access all sorts of stuff. But I mean, it's Google, and they have their hard drive stored on some ship in the middle of the ocean somewhere, and they have a satellite feed to that. And that's where they store their data. Just FYI, in the no zone. Pretty soon they're going to put a satellite up in space where they're, with hard drives for civilization of anyone with an Android device, or anybody who uses any Google device throughout their entire company history. I'm surprised. I would be surprised if they haven't done that already. So, anyways, that's how secure and how legit Google is. They really want to securely store all of your data in a pirate zone, basically, where they can protect their assets without any prying eyes like governments and things. So they are very, very concerned about security in the future, especially with quantum computing coming up. And quantum computing enables the ability to basically guess any combination of passwords, any given, it's crazy at predictability. I believe they gave quantum computing about security here, a equation to calculate the friction over time of a bridge weld joint. And that is a very hard calculation. Humans can't do it. I mean, we can do it with notations and just very simplistic guessing, but quantum computing, the qubit or the electron held in a zone away from its atom, and those along with other qubits doing the same job or a different job, but predictability. Excuse me, allows for all sorts of crazy calculations. So I was able to perform this calculation, and that is and to the T, like absolute. This is when this metal will fail based on these parameters. So the trick is to give it the right parameters, of course, and that's programming. That's how it's simple. It's math. That's easy for computers. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, and just I thought Android. Anyways, Google is very up on its security. Just FYI. So when you send things to Google via your voice pattern recognition, your thumbprint, your fingerprint, whatever other print you put on your Android device or Apple device or anything like that, or Microsoft or Amazon and other things, they really lock those in a safe. They really don't like any entity, whether it be a government or a person outside of their own company, see these things. That's why they put it into pirate waters, or or pirate law rules. If you can get to the boat and you can go past the security, yeah, cool. All right, then kill or be killed. So that's legit right there. That's how to do it. So because we don't want our information. I don't want my information given to every single government out there to pry apart and do facial recognitions on me, make a profile and all that stuff. So I'm happy to be a part of Google. I'm not really a part of Google, but I have signed up with their stuff early on for a long time, starting with what used to be Grand Central Station. Now it was called Grand Central, not station, but it was called Grand Central, and it turned into Google Voice. And Google Voice is now the main phone number app for grabbing a new phone number. So you can, it's a forwarding number. You can, So, anyways, yeah, that was fun. This guy over here, pulled right in front of me. It was a 2-lane street right before it turned into a one lane lane. It was a 3-lane street and then turned into a 2-lane street right when he was pulling out. So yeah, I just saw a movie. It was something clocks on the wall or something, with Jack Black, and pretty good. Very cool. Not adult like at all. If you're an adult and want to go see it with your kids, because it's okay for them to see a movie like that. It's there's hardly anything there. It's very legit. So cool. Yeah. Other than that, I'm really wanting to get into this zombie apocalypse movie stuff. But anyways, yeah. that's just something. That's something. Not myself personally, but just in real life IRL, but in virtual life IVL. I'd like to get into the zombie apocalypse stuff. IVL. Yeah, exactly. IVL. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do the IVL a little bit more. I haven't done IVL for a while. I started a IVL thing called Second Life. It was where you could actually purchase property on this virtual world and virtual universe, really. I really want to look into that again. It was pretty cool. And then you purchase this property, or you have avatars are free, and you can customize your avatar, and you can buy stuff and attach stuff. But there is no goal. The main goal is to buy property. It's real life. It's Second Life. That's why it's Second Life, because it's real life in a virtual world. You could deck out your avatar. You can make him or her make totally what you want it to be. You could buy property, and then you have to buy the construction tools for the property, piece it together, and basically you need programming language, and that's how they build their buildings. So I don't know that much programming languages. I know HTML a little bit. I know JavaScript a little bit. I know a little bit of all of those things, a little bit, but not a little bit of CSS too. But that's about it. So I dabble. Have a few blogs out there. My general public journal and stuff like that. I also have, a website, creativepowerscomputers.com, and sale, buy. Yeah. Just kidding. No, you can do your Creative Powers computer stuff with me if you want. Computer repair. It's fun. I do it on the side for me. So go for it if you want to. I don't care. I don't care either way. But I like it. I'm good at it. I built computers since I was 21, and that was in 2001. My birthday's easy. 2001, I'm 21. 2002, I'm 22. 2003, I'm 23. Blah, blah, blah. Now, the trick is when it gets to 2020, I'm 40. So, double each, it just turns into a mess. With 2021, I'm 41. Doesn't make sense after that. So, too bad, 1980 years. So, yeah. What else? The movie. It was pretty good. I kind of liked it. Yeah. That's how much I liked it. So, note the annotation. So, yeah, that's it. Or the connotation, I should say. Conno meaning conversation, meaning the type of conversation you're having, meaning conversation, type of conversation. Yeah, got it. Alright, a little bit of Latin there. Yeah, I know that language, Latin a little bit, not fully. I wish I did. But also, what I really want to learn sometime is Klingon, but I don't think I have the time for that. I really don't. I could sit there and I could sit there and learn it, but I don't know. I'd rather learn something useful, like Spanish, or because I'm in Arizona, and that would be good. Or I could learn Ebonics. That would be pretty freaking sweet. I know what's it called? This language. So it's like if you go over here, it's like, and then if you go over there, it's like, and if you want to do this, it's very complicated. You just gotta put it together and then do that. Yeah, I know that language. Wow, I'm being crazy right now. That doesn't sound right. Anyways, oh man. Yeah. So, anyways, it's about 11:31 p.m. I try to keep myself awake by, just pushing my mind a little farther into the abyss, and then once it reaches the abyss, I fall asleep. Wow, this is I'm going this. Okay, that is very noisy, very bumpy. Buckeye Road used to be a really legit road. Now it's oh man, this is really horrible. I don't want to beat up my tires that bad, my shocks and everything. Seriously. 43rd Avenue to 56th Avenue in Phoenix on the I-10 is closed after 10 p.m. Right now on a Wednesday night. So, yeah. Yeah, so I fight sleep tooth and nail, man. I really do. I really do. I really do. I get super happy because I want to, like, make sure I'm still awake. Yeah. Oh, man. So, anyways, going back to thinking about eternal life, you know, there are, yeah, I was on that topic. You guys weren't. But, what's it called? The cryogenics, that actually might turn into a legitimacy. Because right now they're slicing apart mice's brains and chopping them up into a millionth of a hair width apart to get the nodes or the okay, we're at 67. Okay, we're good to go. I'm not gonna stay on this dang street anymore, you know. So, anyways, yeah, they're taking apart the hairs. I mean the the hairs, the brain into tiny little slices to look at the electricity creating sparks part of it. And when you take apart those little sparks, you can map the brain. That's what they're trying to do, is map the brain. Obama put out a $1 billion project towards it and gave him like 3 years to do it, or 10 years, I think, or something like that. Anyways, he put that together. So they're still working on it, and they actually installed a worm's programming, basically, of a worm's chemistry to a computer chip, and place that computer chip in a robot that kind of looked like a worm. And I believe, I'll have to look that up. But then the robot started acting, based on the programming, like the worm would. Well, not worm would, but like the worm also could be doing if he or she or it would be in that same situation. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But it's programming. You know, it's taking apart the bits and zeros and ones, which is a bit. One and 1 0 is a bit. It's one character on a text document in MS-DOS. So one letter would be 1 bit, and that's how much a bit is, if you were to perceive it. But anyways, it's on and off. It's the language that the processor understands because of the way it was programmed. So it reads the hard drive, which is in on and off switches, and those on and off switches, over thousands and thousands of them, get translated very quickly. Excuse me, to the process. I had popcorn, that never goes bad. It's good. Gets translated into the processor, and then the processor stores it in the RAM. Then the RAM performs the calculation, or the video card performs the calculation and sends it out to, as well as the processor, sends it out to all of those needed peripherals, like the monitor and the keyboard, and other calculations that, like video rendering and things like that, and anything else that requires the calculation of the visual context to be translated into something that the machine can understand. So, allowing a brain of a worm to be translated into digital language is a huge step in the right direction towards gathering brain tissue from, right now they're doing it with mice, and putting it into a robotic system, and allowing that robotic system to run around as if it were that particular part of the mouse. And I surmise that all you would have to do is duplicate that small what are they called? Neuron. That's the word I was looking for. Small neuronic. I'll say this. Small neurotic piece of communication ability between other neurons. Duplicate that, and that's hard to do. And then multiply it across thousands and thousands of processors, and that could be a virtual brain. And so it'd take up a huge area of space, but so did the computers in the 40s, and the Turing machine and all that stuff. So we take up this much space, but we're made of chemistry and tiny little electronic signals and chemical signals that are either strong or weak, and also have different I guess that they're only strong or weak. So and we gather those chemicals from the foods we eat, and we want to eat food because our stomach tells us we should, and if we don't eat food, then we die. And that is the process. The circle of life. So, that tells you how important food is. Food and water, and everything else. All the chemicals you can think of. Food is a chemical. Water is a chemical. Like, dirt is a chemical. I mean, you could eat dirt your whole life, but that wouldn't work. Actually, probably would, but I mean, you'd be malnourished maybe, and you wouldn't have the muscular features of I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. That'd be kind of cool. But anyways, I think that there is a degradation that happens in this world because, as opposed to Mars, just kidding. No, come on, guys. Degradation happens everywhere in the universe. So I'm pointing at you, especially you, and that person. Alright, cool. So anyways, this is a 24-minute video. I think I'll call it good. But degradation happens. It's called entropy, and it equals out to equal 0 and 1 at the same time. And that would be just like an electron. And an electron is just like a galaxy. And just like a planetary system. And a planetary system is just like a galaxy. Any planetary system, based on the variations. And it doesn't mean that the planetary system, the galaxy is modeled after the planetary systems in general, or as average in each galaxy. It doesn't mean that. It means that each, although it might, we don't know. It means that each planetary system, over an average span of its lifetime, equals out the average span of the lifetime, and it equals out that, not the lifetime, it equals out the average span of the types of galaxies that are out there, and electrons and planets, and planetary systems like Sol and our planet and our Yeah, solar system. Solar system. Yeah. Meaning Sol is our son. That's the name of our son. So, yeah, I'm gonna name my son Sol. That would be cool. I have a brother-in-law named Saul. Pretty cool. Pretty cool dude. So anyways, yeah, I will call it good. I just wanted to go generally over that, and security's good, and there'll be always one step back and forth between security and infiltration of evil. So, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Alright, now X. I figured that out last time. Alright, are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes.